if an underpass was constructed such that a bus carrying mostly black and Puerto Rican kids to a beach, or that would have been in New York, was designed too low for it to pass by, that obviously reflects racism that went into those design choices.
Oh my god, I knew it. Booty Judge sanctioned the hit on Baltimore for having a racist bridge. Just look at his demeanor, he knows what he's done. Pete was definitely at the wheel. Now, it was actually a crew of 22 Indians that crashed into the bridge named after the man who wrote the lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner. How fitting, like poetry.
We call on the white church in Boston to join us in supporting a black reparations movement.
They're here to ask the religious community to atone for black Boston's suffering and support black reparations.
And we are coming, as Dr. King said, to get our check.
They're also following up on their demand on the city of Boston for a $15 billion initial payout.
Wow, look at that beautiful brutalist architecture. Really goes along with the whole America is evil and must be destroyed narrative.
In 2022, the Boston City Council and Mayor Michelle Wu offered an official apology for the city's involvement in the transatlantic slave trade. She also launched 2 task force research teams to study Boston's role in slavery and its long impact on descendants.
Wow, that is some stunning voiceover work. Can you describe to me in detail the long-lasting impact the descendants of slavery are facing?
Impact?
Just what level of impact are we talking about here? You ever noticed how there is never any arguments? Like, you're just supposed to take it for granted that the failure of these people lies in the fact that they may have descended from slaves. Slavery was abolished in Massachusetts in 1783. 240 years ago, my ancestors were forced to work against their will. And this is supposed to garner sympathy, like this is somehow especially cruel in the grueling and brutal history of the world and its varied occupants and civilizations, when the reality is meritocratic failure and lack of accountability.
So we still suffer from the trauma of those instances, and even today, dealing with racism.
No one is holding anyone down on account of race. The grievances you think you have are on you. Twerking, gangster rap, and nighttime drive-by shootings were not a thing in the 50s. What happened to having dads like in the early to mid-20th century? Did the deep impact of slavery just bubble up again out of nowhere? Is it like long COVID? The generational epigenetic trauma just reactivated after the 80s?
On Saturday, this group called on the white church in Boston to support the black community for its association in slavery.
Today we call upon this city, its financiers, and its white churches to stop the shirking, stop the lying, tell the truth, and pay what is owed.
Of course, we have the patron saint of virtue signaling here. Heretical Unitarian Universalist Reverend John Gibbons, singing the praises of these victim complex morons and their honorable ambitions to be given things by white people. Look at this self-righteous douche designating himself Reverend. Unitarianism isn't even a religion. He just likes the perks of being a spiritual leader without the responsibility of having to actually teach anything. It's essentially a liberal mockery of Christianity, complete with the typical insipid Jesus was a hippie, love your neighbor, eat the rich horse shit. This entitlement is astounding. The excuses are infantile. Oh, my reparations, look up what DEI is. You think you're entitled to free shit? How about welfare? How about being born in this country? Black Americans don't deserve compensation in the first place, so it's a pretty fucking good deal, wouldn't you say?
They left before coming back about 10 minutes later, the older boy stabbing her. His mom now shedding a light into what might have played a role here.
My son, he struggles from his mental problems, so he has some mental issues, but I mean, other than that, he's just a boy. They all learn. We learn from our mistakes.
What you just saw explains the entirety of problems in Black America. They have no dads. Until that fact is rectified, nothing else matters. Your 12-year-old stabs and almost kills a woman, and your response is boys will be boys. That's how you're supposed to react when Timmy uses a swear word or breaks a window playing baseball. Not committing brutal assault. In the hypothetical world where American slavery ended just 10 years ago and some form of compensation can be justified, throwing money at the problem would still not solve a single thing. Having money is a skill and a discipline. Being given fortunes destroys people much smarter and less impulsive than individuals without the reading and writing capabilities of an average third grader. Man, why do white supremacists do this? Michigan offers homeowners $500 a month to house newcomers. That won't even cover the increase in the water bill. Seems like it'd be pretty easy to game, no? I got a guy from Guatemala here. He says he's so happy. Where's my check? Oh, you want to hear him?
My name is Jeff.
Newcomers. Very cool, Michigan, though the term is actually country invading illegal alien criminal. Just a few more syllables, you'll figure it out. Hey, wait a minute, isn't harboring a fugitive supposed to be illegal? Do we just not have laws anymore? We just ignore the laws we don't like now? I mean, how else would you interpret this? Here are the masterminds responsible for throwing this initiative together. Anyone else notice something peculiar? Perhaps a certain vital American demographic omitted from this crack team of diverse geniuses? I don't know, it kind of seems like the people of Michigan and thereby the United States are being represented by those with some possible malignant agenda pertaining to the matters of racial demographics. Obviously, like the rest of the mentally ill wokies, it's a principal goal to diminish the voting power and population of white people, with the usual side order of ensuring children get the androgen and estrogen injections they so desperately crave. It's all the rage these days. Here's Juan Luis Rodriguez, an illegal invader who was just arrested for sexually assaulting a minor. He's booked as a white man, naturally, to manipulate federal crime statistics, just like this invader who just murdered a woman in Michigan, who is also apparently a white man. They're just clerical errors, I'm sure. Biden could shut the border down at any time. They choose not to. They prefer to keep the stream of demographic replacement steady, at the cost of American lives. However much you may hate Democrats, it's not enough. But it's not all bad news. 24-year-old Carlton McPherson here pushed an older man onto the subway tracks in New York the other day, killing him. He had an extensive rap sheet of violent incidents, including assaulting a man with a cane in October. Now, the good news is that he was released without bail after his last assault. I mean, good news for him, not the guy he just murdered. New York really is an awful place. This happens all the time. I could literally give you 50 examples of this exact same thing happening in the past 6 months, but it may start to resemble something of an unflattering pattern. Suspects in Moscow attack appear beaten and injured in court appearance. Aw, shucks, that's too bad. Hey, at least they're still alive, unlike the 140 innocent men, women, and children that they sprayed with bullets, CNN. Hope is not lost. Brown people are oppressed and therefore deserve sympathy in the eyes of mediocre postmodernists, even if they're mass murderers, just as long as they don't support Trump. Homeland Security has raided rapper P. Diddy's house to seize evidence and tie up loose ends before a likely Trump victory. They don't actually want him, mind you, just any possible evidence implicating any elites in his alleged sex trafficking association that may be lingering in his crib. The Democrats watch out for each other. Either that or he'll end up missing under mysterious circumstances. We all know the guy would sing like a bird.
We need to increase the number of people who are offering gender-affirming care because we already had a shortage and now more people are coming. We want to do internship programs and fellowship programs with Children's Minnesota and other places where people can learn gender-affirming care and become more. We need to increase the number of providers.
It's really cool how he uses the word care euphemistically when what he actually means is injecting hormones and mutilating genitals. All I know is that whatever this breathtaking, totally female specimen says, I trust it. After all, this absolute female was awarded USA Today's Woman of the Year. Outstanding. One for the Bucks. She should start a daycare. This is a state representative of Minnesota, by the way. It's a little concerning. I thought he only represented the state of delusion. Well, Donald Trump's appeal bond in the phony New York fraud case was cut from $500 million to $175 million. Still obviously an outrageous number for a victimless crime, but at least it's remotely payable without the dude having to liquidate businesses. We're at the point in clown world where any crumb of legitimacy out of New York State justice system is considered a big win. It's Gotham City, man. Here's the courtroom sketch that was taken the other day. He's worth like $10 billion now, so he's feeling pretty good about this whole persecute me to help my election polling situation. I don't really see much of a downside here other than less rallies.
And honestly, this is so infuriating. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if I care what the process is that these judges are arriving at. Whatever it is, it's flawed. I can tell you that much. They just decided that the appellate court has now just decided they're going to swoop in and just change it. And that's it.